Dorothy Madden's going to join us. Aren't you glad you're here? We'll get your mic turned on here. Hi there.
Good morning, Steve.
Dorothy says, live your life by choice, not by chance. She is a professional organizer here in town, the founder and owner of Organize It. What do you do?
I work with people who are ready to change. I work with people who want to get organized and have too much clutter, and things are not working, their systems are broken, and they are ready to change. And then they pick up the phone or they email me, and we have a nice conversation about it.
And you'll come into the house and you'll do what? You get rid of all my junk?
I don't get rid of anybody's junk. You are the decision maker.
Very good.
Oh.
I work with people in their offices, as well as in their home offices, as well as in their homes. And I work with the decision makers. When they call me and they are ready to change, they already have an idea of what belongings they want to keep, but they don't necessarily know where to keep them.
So they've decided that something's got to be done about this clutter, but I don't know where to begin. Does that kind of sum it up?
Exactly. That's about it. And I come in and I start asking them questions of, what do you really want to keep? What might you be willing to part with? What are you doing with this? How about that? Have you tried this? What do you think of that? And together we're brainstorming. And I do let them know that everything we talk about is confidential. Certainly people have embarrassment issues occasionally.
Yeah.
They think, I've never seen anything so bad. And I assure them that I have. That is what I do.
Yeah, don't go in the master bedroom. You don't want to see what's in there.
Don't go in those closets.
Never look under the bed. Do you look under the bed?
Not if I don't have to.
Now, are you a one-man show? Do you have a staff, or do you do it all yourself?
I am a one-person show.
One-person show.
Yes, I am.
Excuse me.
And I work side by side with my clients. Sometimes I work with couples. Sometimes I work with a team at an office. Sometimes I work with families. But mostly it's one-on-one.
Wow, this is unique. I mean, you came up with the concept, as I understand it.
It took someone else to tell me that I was organized and that I ought to do this for a living, and I had no idea what they were really talking about. So back in 1997, I went online and I discovered there were actually people who did this. The National Association of Professional Organizers existed.
Wow.
People who actually made money helping people get organized. It was amazing to me. And so I explored that. And when I joined back in 97, there were probably 600 or 800 members. Today, in the National Association of Professional Organizers, there are over 4,000. So it's really a booming profession.
Do you have a maintenance schedule, or do you just one-hit wonder? Like you go in and you clean up my house, whatever, just a hypothetical. You say your office, you clean up my office, my couple closets, and then do I call you every 6 months and say it's a mess again, come back, or are you more of like just go in once, clean it up, and then you're responsible from now on? What's typical?
That is an excellent question, because people do think, I'll do it for now, it won't last, it'll be a mess again, and I need to call Dorothy back. But truly, that's not what happens, because working side by side, they make the decisions about what they want to keep and where they want to keep it, and we put together the system, whether it's a pile of papers, whether it's a filing system. I primarily work with people with paper. That is my passion. Closets I don't do a lot of.
Yeah.
But getting people to create systems, and then when the system is in place, because they've helped create it, they maintain it. We certainly can move to other areas of their life.
Okay.
But usually when we've put together something, whether it's a management system for toys or a filing system or a redesign of how they're managing in their kitchen and their cupboards were maybe not as efficient as they could have been, they're maintaining it because they really helped create it.
But if you come in, by the way, Dorothy Madden is the owner and founder of Organize It, and the website is organizeit.biz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is.
And we have a link to it set up right now at propertysourceradio.com if you want to find out more information. Some people don't want to be organized. I mean, let's face it. And if the boss says, I'm bringing in Dorothy to organize all the offices, can you organize someone who doesn't want to be organized?
That's another great question, because no, I can't. I can only work with people who are ready to change and who want to be organized. However, Steve, in an office setting, very often, if it's reflected in your paycheck that you need to get organized, there is a little more pressure on you. But truly, I won't have success if the person really does not want to get organized. I can't change anyone any more than anyone else can. It's just like the old light bulb. The light bulb
Sure.
needs to want to change.
Sure. Because they say creative people aren't organized, and organized people aren't necessarily creative. You can't be both.
That's a good point, because I say I live my life vicariously through my clients. I think they are fun and colorful and creative, and I'm the one who's more streamlined and efficient and based on function. So it's a good pairing.
So would you call yourself a neatnik?
I
Is
call
that okay?
myself organized most of my life for most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I like organization, but truly it's more on function than on neatness.
So if I get into your car and go for a little ride with you and open the glove compartment, is it like perfect?
Oh, you'll find maps of every
Yeah.
place, a daughter in Boston and the Finger Lakes map. I love those things. So, do I have an extra trash bag in there? I do.
you?
It's empty, but it's ready to go.
My wife has a wastebasket in the back seat because she drinks diet soda all the time. So she drives around with a wastebasket, and I think that's a little much. But you probably think it's a great idea.
Well, it's containerizing. Whether she's using
containerizing, yeah.
That's right. Whether she's using a bag or a basket, she's containerizing all those drink containers that could roll around. They're round, They move, they roll.
They do. You're onto something here, man. My office is right behind you here, right through that glass window. I have a pile of papers about 7 inches high, and I gotta do something about them. So maybe we'll have a little side conversation here. Dorothy, the website again is organizeit.biz. You find everything else you got to know there, how to get in touch with you, and all your services that are available. And we'll have a link right at propertysourceradio.com. Anything else you want to do? A couple shout outs before we go? Get anything else on your mind?
I think if people go to my website and they would like to read some testimonials or some articles, I've had the blessing of being published quite a bit in the Rochester area, and the testimonials speak for themselves. Thank you.
One in the Democrat and Chronicle just a couple of weeks ago. I like your idea. It's a great idea. And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy organizing.
That's Julie's job. I hate to say it, but that's her job at home. My job is to create the mess. She loves to clean it up.
And what a team.
Absolutely. I like my side of the team. All right, when we come back, we will check what's happening with Pat's refinancing as Property Source Radio continues with Joe Proya from Guaranteed Home Mortgage. Quick break here. Back in about 2-3 minutes of Property Source Radio at Sports Radio 950 ESPN.